One moment. You don't know?
I can't marry a man here, so same thing.
Wow, the same thing. I agree with you. We have to fight that you can marry the man. Do you want to join me to fight against the laws in Israel that don't let people from other communities to marry between them? You can imagine a democracy that you cannot marry the non-Jew? And by the way, it's not because of the religious, because of the Orthodox. It's one of the mistakes that a lot of people are doing. The decision to give the rabbis the right to marry people was taken in 1947 when the majority was of secular people, but not sure about their identity. They needed the criteria of the religious criteria to define who is a Jew, who is a not Jew. Then is a segregation in Israel itself, not apartheid, and you cannot compare it to the apartheid. I mean, speaking about the Israeli state. When I finished the question, you want to stop me with the most difficult question of boycott? Okay, stop me. Where will you? Stop me, it's better, I don't, you see.
I just would like to point out there's lots of hands up so we can make your answers a bit short.
I should be short. You see, I'm not for boycott of Israel. Don't thank me. Fight against the racism in Israel. Don't thank me, mister. Now, one moment. I'm not for a boycott of universities. This is your question, because it will be a little bit paradoxal that a university that pay me to speak even in New York, that I will boycott it. What is my opinion about pressure against Israel to go out from all the occupied territories? I accept everything. You understand? Any means to make pressure on Israel to go out from the occupied territories is legitimate in my eyes. Not killing children and women, but I'm speaking any other pressure is legitimate in my eyes. To force Israel to go out from all occupied territories. Okay. I will stop with it. He asked me to be shorter. Forward.
Excuse me. Here, you had a question? No, sorry. Yes.
I have two questions. First of all, you mentioned the Palestinian students who are hoping for a democracy in Galilee. Why is it that they are not hoping for a democracy in all of the Palestinian territory, Israel plus the occupied territories? Why would they not call for a democratic state of all the people of the territory, including those who were exiled in the past who have the right to return?
Because they are clever guys. It's a difference between proposing to Israel to become a non-racist state or to propose the Jewish Israelis to become from a day to tomorrow a minority in their state. You understand it? Now, you wanted to ask what is my opinion to the one-state solution. This is the question?
I could ask that too, yes.
No, you asked this. You asked exactly this. But you are very clever and very nice guy. You didn't put the question to me. No, you see, I think that the one-state solution, this talkie in New York, ethically is very good. I hope to live in one state with the Arabs. Politically, I think it's not clever to put it forward as a political program today. A lot of students of mine understand. Other ones are for the one-state solution. I think that we have to concentrate all our force to groups from the occupied territories and to build two states for two societies. But the day that we arrive to throw out the Israelis from the occupied territories, it has to be the day to start a fight to create a confederation between an Israeli state and a Palestinian state, because we cannot live without Palestinians in the Middle East. And if a Jew don't want to live with Arabs in the Middle East, I give him the choice to come to New York. I know, this is the reason that I say New York.
Yeah, I'm curious what you think about Israel Shahak's work, Jewish History, Jewish Religion, because in it, he makes the argument that it's the logic of the religion to exclude others and to develop this sort of idea that the logic of the religion is the logic of Zionism, and that it's an exclusive one. And to follow that line, you haven't talked very much about the way that the Israeli state and Israeli culture is about the annihilation of diasporic cultures, the assault on Yemeni identity, the assault on Sephardic identities. And the
I understood the question.
Yeah.
Be short, huh? Very short. I don't accept the theory of Israel Shahak, a great moral person that died. But he was a physician, no, a chemist. A chemist. Chemist, oh, chemie. Chemist, sorry. He was a chemist, not a historian. I agree one thing, that Zionism took from Jewish religion the worst part of isolation. But the Jewish religion, it's a lot of other things. You understand me? And I have another attitude to Jewish religion and to Zionism. Zionism is not a Jewish religion. By the way, it's a contradiction to the Jewish religion. At all, with a lot of this. I think that Shahak was a very nice person, but a bad historian. Other questions?
Okay, here, I want to ask you about linguistic analysis.
Yeah.
Because it seems to me that if the Khazars were the main element of the Eastern European Ashkenazi population, then what we call Yiddish would be based on their language, their Turkic language, as opposed to what linguists understand came from Western French and Eastern German dialects in the Middle Ages, which, with the people moving east, became Yiddish.
Yeah. You read my book? Not yet. No. Not yet. Because I answer in the book about this question. We can make it shorter? No, I will answer very, because it's a very complicated question. The Yiddish has nothing to do with the Western Jewish German language. Nothing to do. A part of the Yiddish is based on the Eastern German. In East Germany, they were not Jews. The question is why they are speaking Yiddish is very complicated. There is a few explanations. In my book, I base myself on the works of Paul Wechsler. You can even this evening, to go to the library to read his books. The Yiddish language is based on the Eastern German language. You see, not on the Jewish German of the Western, between Strasbourg and Metz, Köln and all this area. You understand me? There is not any evidence that it was emigration from west to east. In the final thing about all this question is, how come? I'm sure that in some stage of development, the guys from the east asked rabbis from Germany to come to help them, because Germany was higher level culturally. You understand me? In the book, I'm sorry that I cannot make it too long. In my book, I try to explain this question, basing myself about the works of a few linguists, and also of a few evidence. I know if somebody knows the name of Rebal, R-E-B-L. You heard about it? He's one of the first very important Jew in Russia that, was a very, very enlightened intellectual. He said in Russia in the 17th century, people didn't speak Yiddish exactly. Now, about changing